What's up, YouTube? Jet Fuel EDC here, and tonight we got a Spyderco to check out. So this, my friends, is the Spyderco Lil Native. As you can see, this is it's a smaller version of the Native. That's all it is. They did a few things better on this knife than they did with the Native 5 and the whole Native series, I believe. But we'll save those for the very last, and we'll check out the knife, and I'll break it down what I like and what I don't like. So as you can see, you got G10 handles, all open construction. You got this deep carry wire pocket clip, which is ambidextrous, left or right hand tip up carry only. It is manual opening with the patented Spyderco thumb hole. It is a compression lock, which I absolutely love that they did this with this knife. As you guys know, if you guys have watched any of my videos, maybe you watched the top 5 with a twist, the Spyderco Shaman is one of my favorite knives. This is a miniature version of the Spyderco Shaman. You put some different, you got some texturized G10 scales on here. This is a Spyderco Shaman. They should have called it the Mini Shaman. But the Shaman came out after the Native, and the Shaman got its design after the Native. So there you go. Didn't mean to get off on a tangent there. Back to checking out the Lil Native. I got a crush on the Shaman. No ifs, ands, buts about it. That knife is awesome. So naturally, I'm gonna like this knife. As you can see, you got a S30V blade steel, DLC coated drop point blade, made in Golden, Colorado. Good old US of A. What I really dig about this knife is the way the ergos on it it's phenomenal. Like, I don't have the biggest hand, but I got a pretty decent sized hand, and I can choke up on this guy and I can get 4-finger grip all day. Just absolutely, the way they did this finger choil just knocked it out of the park for me. Really wish they would have done a little bit of jimping up here on the thumb ramp, but they didn't. They put some back here at the top of the blade here on the spine, which it really doesn't protrude much, so it's not very effective. But most cases that I've carried this knife, I didn't need it, because the ergos on this thing, for my hand, it fits so well that I didn't need jimping, which is a very rare occasion. Like I was saying, it is a compression lock, which is one of the ultimate best factors of this knife. It's running on phosphorus bronze washers. As you can see, you got stainless steel liners that have been milled out for some weight reduction. As you're looking at the knife closed, you're looking at almost 3.5 inches closed. Overall, you're gonna be just shy of, let's see, you got a little over 5 3/4, probably 5.8, 5.9, somewhere in there. The blade itself is going to be just under 2.5, which is going to make it legal for a lot of cities and states that have crazy knife laws. So we'll get into that here in a second. The cutting length on this guy is going to be just a shade over 2 inches. Get my calipers out here. The blade thickness, 0.124, and the width back here at the handle, 0.424, 0.243, yep, 0.423. Get the scale out and do a little weight. In ounces, you're looking at 2.47 ounces and 70 grams, which is absolutely nothing at all. So, just a little comparison here. As I was saying, this is basically a mini Shaman, or the Shaman is a large Lil Native. As you can see, those knives are very, very comparable. I mean, they look alike in a lot of aspects. Only thing different really is your G10 or your between your scales here. You got a little lanyard hole. Pocket clips are different. I mean, the knives are very, very comparable to each other. Like I said, I am a huge fan of this knife right here. This knife is absolutely amazing. And the way I see it, this knife right here is a smaller version of that knife, of the Shaman. I had a chance to get a Native 5. I picked this one, the Lil Native, over the Native 5. I'm not a huge fan of backlocks. I don't know. It's been born and bred into me. The whole safety aspect and everything. Backlocks, you kind of, a lot of times to disengage the lock, your hand has to be in the cutting path of the blade, and you know, it's just one thing that kind of stuck out in my mind, and just the ease of use for the compression lock. The compression lock is just, it's very simple to use. That takes absolutely no effort. I'm a huge fan of that Spyderco compression lock. So now that I've kind of compared them and showed them the way they pair up with each other, let's get into the dislikes. So I've had this knife for probably about, let's see, I got it in August, so probably going on 6 months, and the action on it, I've took it apart, I've cleaned it, I've polished the washers. The open on it is flawless. The closed, not so much, but I'm pretty sure that that's got a lot to do with the blade weight. You'll probably never get this thing to drop shut, but the thing flies out of there, as you can see. Very easy, one-handed operation. It's just not the smoothest. It's kind of not, it's not very fidget friendly, I guess. Very small, very minuscule detail. It is what it is. The price point on this guy, for $130. These things go for $130. Just to kind of look at it, that's a Dragonfly 2 right there, right up next to it. And I mean, that's the size of the knife. I mean, they're almost equal. I mean, you're getting maybe a 1/4 inch more of a knife. Yes, you do have better blade steel, the S30V compared to the VG10, but you're looking at a $44 to $50 range knife to a $130 knife. So price point could do a little better on that guy. And then next thing, the size. I kind of wish that they made the Native with a compression lock, but I kind of see why they don't, because you got this guy already in this Spyderco family. If you did that, you'd probably, I mean, it's pretty much the same knife. Who knows? Yeah, I don't know. It just, I'm not sure that the Native 5 would have that same kind of bulk and build as the Shaman, and I'm not sure that it would be a favorite to me anyways. I haven't had a Native 5. I held one and I kind of messed around with it a little bit. Wasn't a fan of the lock back, so I went with the Lil Native. Obviously my likes on this knife is that compression lock. That compression lock is phenomenal. I'm a huge fan of it. The blade is absolutely locked up, not going anywhere, no blade play, very finely centered. It just absolutely great thing. The ergos for that knife, once again, they did it great. I would have wished that they would have put a lanyard hole on this knife, because I would have taken this pocket clip off, put a lanyard on it, and been done with it. This would be an in the pocket knife, and that would have been it. But since they didn't have the lanyard tube or the lanyard hole, you got a deep carry pocket clip. Deep carry pocket clip's always fine in my book. I mean, you see that thing, there's not a whole lot gonna be sticking up out of your pocket. It rides in your pocket nice. It's very comfortable to carry a knife. And the pocket clip on it is very low profile. It does create a little bit of a hot spot, as you can kind of see there on my knuckles. You see where it pinched in, but I was squeezing kind of hard. But yeah, so the deep carry pocket clip is a plus. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you guys tonight. Let me know what you guys think about the Lil Native. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you later.